Alright, continuing with this lost chapter of the book of Acts, also known as Acts chapter 29. In the last video, I left off in verse 23, and I'm picking up in verse 24 for this video. I'm only doing two verses, verses 24 and 25. I don't know if my viewers noticed the pattern of the video, or I should say videos, but I'm only recording in each video each place that the Apostle Paul and his company are visiting. For example, he first went into Spain. I recorded a video concerning his visit there only, and then he left to Britain, but before he got to Britain, he had to cross over from France, the region called Armorica. So I made a video of that, and then I made the video where he actually visited Britain. So I'm only making videos, I'm only focusing on making videos concerning the places he's in at the time. So I don't want to just make a long video and just squish everything in there. I want to break it down, so for all the brethren out there in Europe who my videos might catch their attention, might want to check it out and be like, oh, Paul visited this area here where we're from. Yeah, I think it's wonderful to do that. That way, if you're not interested in Paul's visiting Spain, you could just skip that. If you're not interested in Paul visiting Britain, you could just skip that and go wherever you see your country in the video title description of the videos that I'm making. Alright, so anyways, verse 24 of this lost chapter of Acts, it says, "And they, Paul and company, journeyed and came to Mount Julius, where stood two pillars, one on the right hand and one on the left hand, erected by Caesar Augustus." Verse 25, "And Paul, filled with the Holy Ghost, stood up between the two pillars, saying, Men and brethren, these stones which you see this day shall testify of my journey hence. And verily I say, they shall remain until the outpouring of the Spirit upon all nations. Neither shall the way be hindered throughout all generations." Alright, so where are they? Where is this location called Mount Julius? Well, let's go to Wikipedia. I know many think that's not a reliable source, and I agree when it comes to accuracy as far as biblical names, characters. I agree it's not a reliable source, but when it comes to just basic information like this, in regards to actual places that exist in real life, I'm not saying that the scriptures are, make-believe, but, let's say you want to travel somewhere, a lot of times they'll give you the accurate information in regards to places, not so much biblical aspects. But anyways, the Julian Alps, it says it is located, alright, here it goes. It says the Julian Alps are a mountain range of the southern limestone Alps that stretches from northeastern Italy to Slovenia. Oops. Alright, let's see if I could get, alright, here it is. It is located in northeastern Italy and it stretches from northeast Italy to Slovenia. That is where Paul visited for verses 24 and 25. The Julian Alps, they're called. And let me get a map real quick. And here it is. So here you have the country of Slovenia, and you have Italy next to it on the left-hand side. So let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so they're called the Julian Alps, and they range, you see that red line going around? That's the mountain region called the Julian Alps. And as you can see, the green line here on the map that is dividing, that would be the division between the two countries, Italy and Slovenia. So the northern region of Italy, and if you cross over, you would be in the country of Slovenia. So this is a mountain region And according to the text, that's where Paul was at. And there should be 2 pillars there somewhere. I'm not sure where, to be honest. I was looking for them everywhere in regards to that information online. I could not find anything. But if you want to check it out for yourselves, feel free and let me know, because I couldn't find anything. So if you feel like taking a crack at it, go ahead. I might find out some information if one of you comes across anything regarding those 2 pillars that were there when Paul visited. So here it is. Italy, the north, what did they say it was? The northeastern part of Italy? Yeah, the northeastern region of Italy. The Julian Alps stretch from that area of Italy, and they cross over to Slovenia. That's the map. So he visited, he was at Rome, we know that, but also he was in the northeastern region, and he was also in Slovenia. Alright? There it is. Slovenia, Italy, Italy, Slovenia. There's the red line going around, and the green line dividing the 2 countries. Alright, so going back. Julian Alps. Alright, so again, verse 24 says that there should be 2 pillars, one on the right hand and one on the left, that were erected by Caesar Augustus. I could not find anything concerning these 2 pillars again. If you feel like taking a crack at it, feel free. Verse 25 states that Paul was filled with the Holy Ghost, and he said, "Men and brethren, these stones which you see this day shall testify of my journey here." So those stones are like a testimony that he visited that region, which I just showed you, viewers, ladies and gents. So those 2 pillars should be there. I looked them up everywhere online. I couldn't find anything. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough, but I don't think so. I just genuinely couldn't find anything. I'll try again some other time. So, alright, so those 2 pillars are a testimony that that's where he was at. And it says that they will remain there, so they should still be there, if that's the area that it's referring to, Mount Julius. But that's the only, according to information and research, that's that area, just as is written here in verse 24. So it says that those 2 pillars will remain until the outpouring of the Spirit upon all nations, which would be in the latter times, the times we are in now. And I see that gradually coming to pass. A lot of people are waking up, others are not. But it's interesting nonetheless that he's saying that those pillars are there even today, until the full consummation of the outpouring of the Spirit upon all nations. So I think it's interesting. So we only got one last verse, which is verse 26, and it deals with 3 separate places, but I'm going to save that for the next video. So that's it for this one. There's only 26 verses in this 29th chapter, the lost chapter of Acts. So I'm going to wrap it up in the next video. Until then, shalom.